For about the last year, I've been trying to tread water or catch my breath, and I feel like I've almost lost my large family mom card. Hey y'all, how are you? I know it's been a hot minute again. We've been doing a lot of barn stuff, and honestly, when you're working hard, you just forget to pick up the camera. So we've been hustling really hard on the barn. The boys have gotten most of that prepped and ready for loading to haul over here to our property. It's almost a 2-hour drive, so it's about an hour and 45 minutes away that we go every weekend to work on the barn. So that's been going along really well. But today I am prepping breakfast casseroles for the week and loaves of bread for the week. I have a little bit of a confession for y'all. As organized as large family moms seem to be, I typically am pretty organized, but this RV living has sent me through a loop. So for about the last year, I've been trying to tread water or catch my breath, and I feel like I've almost lost my large family mom card. We don't do meal plans well. There's a whole slew of things we are just not doing well, including jurisdictions and chores and just all kinds of organization. But I've been trying really hard to give myself grace, because living in an RV with 12 people is difficult, and it is over the top change. Like, it is, I don't know any other way to explain it besides it is like night and day from what we're typically used to. Our family, when we lived in a regular house, ran like a well-oiled machine. They knew what to count on for breakfast every morning. Everybody got up without an alarm at the same time. Like, we had a rhythm and a routine, and it ran really well. But when we moved our family into an RV, it all kind of fell apart. And I've been trying my best to regather those loose ends and to get us all back on board, but I can't figure out for the life of me how to fit our real life, regular house living and methods and routines and schedules into an RV. I just can't. I've tried all these different things, watched YouTube videos, you know, read all my large family mom books, and it's just, I don't know anybody else who's doing it, and I don't know anybody else I can glean from, so we're just trying to figure it out as we go. And even after a year, we haven't figured out a really good system. So I know a lot of people look to us like, oh, how are they doing it? And honestly, a lot of it is just winging it and trying really hard to have a good attitude and make the best of things. So that's what we're doing. I'm constantly trying to re-implement things that I've learned while raising 10 kids in a regular situation, in a regular house, into an RV, but it just isn't the same. Especially living off grid. It's just not the same. But today we're trying to get some of that back with our bread baking on Tuesdays and our breakfast casseroles, because I found a couple of really great casserole dishes. Oh, okay. There was hair on her binky. Hey, hey, hey! Are you drinking my coffee? That cheeky little thing. So, we're making our breakfast casseroles. Breakfast casseroles are our favorite. They are a go-to. We do baked oatmeals, we do sausage and hash browns, we do some pretty rad breakfast casseroles. And they feed they feed a large family, and it just serves us well. But for the longest time, I haven't been able to find casserole dishes that fit into our RV oven, and this weekend I found a couple at the thrift store. So I'm gonna start trying to make breakfast casseroles again. Hi. Today we're making the traditional sandwich bread from King Arthur flour. I can leave the link below. It's just a simple white sandwich bread recipe because I have an abundance of all-purpose flour. So that's what I'm using. It works really good in our oven, our little tiny RV oven. So we're making 2 loaves at a time because that's what my mixer can tolerate. But yeah, I'll leave the links below. It's delicious. Our favorite breakfast casserole is this Amish breakfast casserole. It's just shredded potatoes or hash browns, cheese, cottage cheese, some sort of breakfast meat. We're using sausage today, but you can use bacon or ham or whatever kind of meat you want to add in there. And then 6 eggs. So you whisk the eggs in a bowl. You add about 3 cups of cheese to the egg mixture and about 4 cups of hash brown potatoes. And then you add let me double check the recipe, hold on. And then you add about 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. As you can see, we don't really work off recipes that much. I kind of just wing it, but there's a recipe for you. I'll actually type that recipe up in the comments below. You mix all of those ingredients together in a bowl, and then you butter a casserole dish. You toss all of that into the casserole dish. You can keep this breakfast casserole in your refrigerator for a couple days. I sometimes, because I don't have a lot of fridge space, so I sometimes make a bunch of breakfast casseroles in a day and then store them in the freezer. So I'll pull them out and put them in the fridge the night before, or I'll let them warm in the oven as the oven's preheating and just cook them that way. So that's what we're doing right now. We're making Amish breakfast casserole while our baked oatmeal is cooking in the oven.
And the bread is rising.
And the bread is rising. There's a lot of work that gets done in this tiny space.
Want to help the girls? Hey girls, can you help butter? Get a little clump of butter, have a little clump and smear it.
Alright, while our 2 loaves of bread are rising, we have to run into town really quick because I have to grab some Benadryl. A couple of our girls touched something, or I don't know if it's poison oak or poison ivy, but they have some weird rash going on their face, and I've tried all the oils and all the salves and it's not going down. So I'm going to try and get some Benadryl. You see her waving back there? She's one of them. She's one of them, right? Where are you? Right there. So we're going into town to grab some Benadryl, hoping that helps. Okay y'all, we ran into town to get Benadryl like I said, but I had to stop by the thrift store because today was half off day. I sent Owen and Abby into the thrift store, and let me show you what, Owen came back to the car and said, Mom, I need a camera because I found casserole dishes and loaf pans, but I don't know how much you want to spend and I want to make sure I get you the right ones. So here are some pictures he took of what he found. He came and got this camera, took some pictures and brought it back to me and said, here you go, ma'am. So I had to pick from his photos. Alright, we're home now. I gave the girls their Benadryl. They're getting a little drowsy. But these are the 3 pans that the kids found for me. Blue tags were half off. So they got me this pan. It's not really a true casserole dish. It's more like a bar dish, but that's okay. This one is a true casserole dish, a Pyrex steep. It was $8, but I got it for 4 because blue tags were half off. This one was $6 and it's much bigger, much heavier. It's an Anchor Hawking, which is, you know, just a plain glass dish. But I think they did pretty well. They picked out the right dishes. I told them my budget, how much I wanted to spend, and they got mostly blue tag stuff. Oh, and then Abby found a cute little ladle because you can never have enough ladles in this family. So that's that. That's what we scored on. And they all fit. I just sized them all up and every single one of those dishes fit in our tiny RV oven. So woohoo! Casseroles are my jam. It's really a lifesaver for a large family. Casseroles with a side of veggies or a side salad. It makes many meals. I'm gonna get this bread in the oven now and we will show you what it looks like when it comes out.
So this is how the bread turned out. It's really good. Bye guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. We did a little bit of running around, a lot of cooking, but that's our life. A lot of cooking. Thank you guys for being here and thank you for subscribing. I'm putting babies to sleep. And I will see you on the next one. Yeah, you can have butter on it.
I want butter on mine. I like the jewels.